You already know, easy, A in the house, easy. I want to thank my Heavenly Father, archangels, regular angels, my ancestors, extended ancestors, all divine, all light beings, all dimensions, portals, timelines, past, future, present, all known and unknown, from the beginning to the end. Yes, another day of being me, another day of slaying these demons that's out here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the everyday evolution, the evolving towards the greatness of everyone. It's so deep that I don't have to affect none of y'all. I don't have to beat y'all in the head. I don't have to jump through hoops and scream and make y'all believe anything. I don't have to make these videos, but I make these videos for healing for myself and show y'all one of the ways to your evolution, to your restart, to your rebirth, to your understanding. And everything through all the videos I have said is truly true. It's truly inspiring, truly divine, just straight light. Light so powerful that it incinerates the dark. Whoever trying to hide truth or trying to manipulate truth gets scorched. I know I burn so bright that sunglasses melt to your face. We have to build a special type of sunglasses for me. Because my light reflects all of your light. My light relights your light. Not just mine. There's a lot of us out there. But my light relights their light. When by them lighting all y'all up, the ones that don't hear my voice. You don't even have to hear my voice, like I said before. I don't have to do these videos as long as I work on me. The ripple effect is undeniable. Not just through realm, but through all realms, through everything. And I thank my higher self and all the other beings that's in their higher form, that's assisting me, that's guiding me, that's have always been with me. I'm glad that we continuously work in harmony to infinity. I know we all face what we face, but through what we face, we give the glory and the experience to everything. It's real deep. I know my words might not ring or resonate in a lot of people, but if it ain't meant for you, it's not meant for you. But I guarantee you, you will have understanding sooner or later. I am part of the reckoning. you have to face yourself, and there ain't nothing you could do about it. No matter where you go, there you are. And that's deep. I know it's just, it's a saying that be used a lot, but to sort of enlighten people use that terminology a lot. But there's so much depth and weight to it. It really has no end to it. It is truly infinite because it's truly true. I know, or I have experienced, a lot of energies take me wrong because a lot of the light that I put out there, if I know it or knew it or not, was so powerful. And through whatever they seemed or perceived me to be, they couldn't see that powerful revelation or whatever guidance, whatever came out of me at the time when we was interacting for whatever we was interacting for. And most likely you was in need of something. And I'm not, it's not saying that I'm better than you or God made that situation happen to get for the whatever message that I delivered at the time to be delivered. And, however it was received is how it was supposed to be received. If it was received well, it was a blessing. If it was received negative and they went on doing, you know, went into a tangent on being against whatever light that I had gave them for, for whatever reason, you know. It could be jealousy, it could be greed, it could be, derivatives of those two. Also pride. Pride too. That's also a big one in that one. But I truly give keys, like this key I'm gonna give up now. I say read energies. And read energies is not that hard. If you're able to read energies, I don't care who you're around or what nationality, species they are, you'll be able to communicate. You'll be able to fully understand, and you'll comply for yourself, not even for the other individual, for yourself. And because you're applying, or receiving, or humbling yourself, you know, it's always good to bow down to truth. If you don't, there's a saying, a hard head makes a soft ass. There's another one, out of the fire pan into the fire. I know it's, you know, us in that one, out of the frying pan into the fire. It's a negative into another negative. But what negative would you rather have? The lesser or the superior? And if you're able to handle the lesser with modesty, with dignity, with endurance, you will find the light in it, and the light will attach yourself to the light, the other light you have, which the light is knowledge of truth, knowledge of searching, and eventually, throughout the time and how, you know, disciplined you are at gathering whatever you're gathering, you'll have answers upon answers upon answers upon answers. Negative will only be negative, but you can get a positive out of a negative by learning the lesson of what the negative is, truly is. And once you know what the negative truly is, you know to avoid it because it's negative. Getting back to the energy. When you read energy and that's all you see is a lot of negative, you should run in the opposite direction. But if you persist on ignoring what you're seeing, it can be a bad thing if you lose yourself in the bad. But if you have an understanding of the energy that you're messing with, you know how far you should go with it. You know, a lot of things that's negative, you really don't know it's negative until you explore it. The same thing with positive. Just because somebody says something is positive or sound positive, when or if you interact with it, get familiar with it, you'll see if it holds truth. And if it does, then it does. If it doesn't, then you know that whatever was told to you was a lie, was a manipulation, was false. Here breaking governments, societies, lifestyles, brain, cycles, brain patterns with my words, with me changing me and going within and getting a higher understanding of everything. And I'm putting it out there for the ones that truly want to hear truth, truly looking for truth, truly understand what truth is, that resonate with truth, that I'm here for them. Speak what you have learned. Speak your trauma. Don't use names, but speak to situations. You can say mother, father, sister, brother. You can say aunt, uncle, like that. You can say friend, associate, lover, girlfriend, wife. You can say things like that. But speak about those energies and the wickedness, they mannerisms, they interactions, the way they word themselves, because they, believe it or not, all of the same energies word themselves the same way. It might not be exact, but they basically saying the same thing. They basically acting out the same way. They basically have the same ideology. This is why I'm hated. And for a long time I didn't understand. I didn't know this. Because all I do is consciously and unconsciously sympathize and divinely guided with information to help these individuals. And as I help them, I help myself with the individuals, spit on them, the information. Some of them might be smart enough to use the information to heal themselves, but they would never say thank you. That I really don't care, because you know and I know how it came about. And we're taught to be selfish. We're taught to be, you know, to think about oneself before others. It's true. And then again, it's not true. The reason why it's true, because if you love yourself completely, you honor yourself completely, you take care of yourself, you best to your ability completely. Because we all growing, we all learning, we all evolving. So we all learn things at our own time. We all have our own learning curve. But some learn young, some learn in their middle age, some learn in, they senior years. And there's no right or wrong about that. Don't hold judgment on nobody, because you can't. That is an illusion. And when you hold judgment, people know, because if you did, you wouldn't be calling judgment on somebody. Because whatever judgment you call on the next person, right or wrong, if you could be 100% right, but you'll be wrong for calling judgment, because you have been in that situation, or not even in that situation, but in that person's mindset. You might not live their life, but you lived your life in the same mannerism as theirs. Lost, no understanding, confused. And I truly say confused because I truly believe in my heart that all of us know right or wrong, right from wrong, no matter if you was brung up in it. Because somewhere down the line in your life, I guarantee you was exposed to good. If you was all brought up in evil, and if you was brought up in all good, you was exposed somewhere down the line. You was exposed to evil, and that's a guarantee. That's the law of average. You know, it will always have to balance out. Not saying it have to be balanced as we talk about it, but eventually, especially if you have understanding of achieving balance or trying to achieve balance in every area of your life and making those moves for that to become manifested or come into fruition. You working, you doing inner work, you doing inner self work. If you don't know what inner self work is, that's it. Looking within, correcting what needs correction, upgrading what needs to be upgraded. So I'm rejoicing on my spirit is you might not see it or might not believe it by what you've seen, but then again, few people will because they see the peace, they see the relax, you know, the true peace, the bliss. Do I live in the simulation where the simulation projects stress, heartache, confusion? Of course I do. We all in the simulation. But do I allow the simulation to control me? Or I'm going to be the code that writes the program, the matrix? Who would you who would you rather be? Would you rather be the player, or you rather be the designer? But at the same time, you all of those things. Because what designer don't play? What player that don't design? If you know how to build something, you know how to take it apart. If you know how to take it apart, you know how to build something. Nothing comes from nothing. If you could think it, it's already exists. It already exists. Even if it don't exist here, you thought of it. So all the nightmares, all the fantasy dreams, the ones of bliss, the ones of excitement, the ones of mystical. Once you dream it, once you create it, created. It's just a matter of time that it manifests in the world. So be mindful for the things that you dream and take real, and take control of the dream. But first, you got to realize that you're dreaming, and that's what awakening is about. Right now, we dreaming awake. If you're awake, you're dreaming awake. And when you close your eyes, you're dreaming. When you're dreaming, you know, in your other state. You truly never really get rest. The body gets rest, but the spirit is forever going 24 hours. And its ability to keep running 24/7 like that on the constant is on how you feed it and what you feed it. This is religion, science, metaphysics, astrology, numerology, mathematics, philosophy, everything, everything rolled up into one. All tools or all pieces of the puzzle sitting in this place. Or all pieces or cogs or mechanisms in the machinery is all working precise together in sync, in unison. That's the state that everything wants to have. And a lot of things we create have that, for the simple fact it's made for that. We the creations, you know, of the creator that able, that has the ability of thought, the ability of choice. And that's throughout the all in all dimensions, realms, portals, timelines. Is where if everything was in line, doing its part, working in sync with all the other 7 billion, 8 billion people on this planet, what will we have? Perfection. Strive for perfection. And if you strive for it in yourself, each and every last one of us strive for divine perfection in ourselves. Not focusing on if you're doing that, but just making sure I'm doing that and actually achieve that ripple that you made, that ripple that I made, that ripple that other individual made, that's all making these ripples will bounce, barricade the ones that's not in alignment, that's not resonating on that frequency. And by them not able to handle the frequency, for them to survive, they will have to become the frequency. So I am the frequency. It's not my words. It is my actions. It is my energy. It is my decisions. And every decision counts. Every decision hold weight. And if you're stressed out about the decisions, you shouldn't be. We make decisions every day. Do we make the right decisions all the time? No. I don't care how great you are. You might be better off than, other people as far as decision making because you've done cultivated, a sense of understanding of yourself. And once you have an understanding of yourself, you know the understanding of everyone without even trying because of the energies that they present. So you always 100% on point, no matter who you're around or what situation you're in. You know who's who because you know the energy. And those energies know who you are. They know who you are before you know who you are. And that's to the chosen that's still unawakened, the future chosen. But you will be awakened because I'm here. My signal is here. My signal is broadcasting to all of y'all. I truly see y'all. Just like a lot of y'all see me. And I'm ready for all combat. Do I want combat? No. Am I expecting combat? Of course so. Why wouldn't I? The only way I won't, if I don't see it. I don't see it. We good. You show yourself, I see you, and be gone. Please, be gone. I banish you. Just easy as that. What's not for me will not be around me. And the things that ain't for me, that I don't know ain't for me, it will eventually reveal itself. And I see you and vanished. New levels, new devils. And it's an all going thing. Just like for them. New levels, new angels. You know, there's levels to this shit. And you could travel through the ranks. Or you could be the rank. And I'm not saying God, but I'm saying the rank. And I'm not. And it's not boastfulness. It's my design. It's what I'm here to do. It's what I'm meant to do. I've been doing it all my life, unconsciously, and being attacked notoriously my whole life. I don't know about y'all. If you haven't experienced, half of what I experienced, I'm, I'm truly happy for you because I wouldn't want the experiences that I have experienced that I feel is negative or have learned is negative for anybody to experience that because it takes a lot to face those things and admit that you was wrong, to admit that you have fallen short and might continue to fall short even in your growth. And I said, no matter what you learn, no matter what subject, as time go on, something opens up in that information. Either it's time to discard it or there's an upgrade to it. And it's not that you upgraded it. The upgrade was already there. It's that you have reached a point for the upgrade to download, to, you know, be processed on a higher rate, a faster rate. You know, it's like downloading and installing. You know, first you gotta download it. Sometimes you gotta go through like the same experience to understand the download. Once you understand the download, then that's when it changes into the install. It start installing. Once that time is up of the installing, the, the update that you got from the old program that, took you some time to get to the realization of what the new program is, is basically what I'm talking about. And I just put it into, you know, little technology term that all of us should be, aware of. Because if you have a cell phone, a tablet, a computer, a smart TV, if you ever installed the app, you know the process. And when they get updates, they make you what? Reinstall. Update. Because update, it basically erases the previous stuff that was there, and then puts it back with the modified update, where whatever problem or lagging or insufficiency of the program that wasn't working up to par is now working up to par, or even in a higher standard. And that's basically when you adapt the light, start adapting the light, start searching for the light and putting the light in you, downloading it, installing it, understanding it. You become the light that that's in you. So I just put the whole religious thing into technology terms. I put the whole spiritualism thing in technology terms. And it was effortless. I didn't write a script. I didn't wake up from a dream and had to remember what you should call pieces of it or what I could of it. Not saying that's wrong. Don't I'm not don't don't come at me like I'm chewing you out or whatever. I'm just telling you how far it could go, and and I'm just a beginner, which is crazy. Like, you hear how I'm talking, and then I'm gonna tell you I'm a beginner. What type of madness is that? But it's not madness, because even though I know I don't know. Yo, Ethan, stop playing with us. For real, why you talking in riddles? You talking in parables. And it's not. It's the truth. Listen to the truth. It's not a game. It is what it is. Because it is. I know it sounds like madness, but it's not madness. It's greatness. And everybody that in history that we don't call crazy or mad, and they that lived in their time frame, and that individual was somewhere else. They was in the future. They was in their timeline, but their spirit was already in the future, and they was bringing the future to the present of that time. And they was hated for it. A lot of them was slaughtered in their ideas and stuff that they wrote down, stuff that they dreamt of and rehearsed. and how you said edit, which there's nothing wrong with editing. Editing is perfecting or correcting mistakes in whatever you're trying to deliver. But with me, like I said, you get what you get. I want y'all to see my imperfections. If y'all see any imperfections, it shows you that I am human. I am one of y'all. I just have a different understanding of whatever I'm projecting out to y'all. And it's not hate. It's not, it's nothing negative. What I'm projecting is growth. What I'm projecting is love. What I'm projecting is understanding of oneself. And then when you understand oneself, you understand all. You know how we have had empathy for other individuals, but yet we don't have no empathy for ourselves when we make mistakes, or when we realize that we're still learning, we're not all knowing on whatever topic or ambition we feel or level we feel we on, that there's always somebody on a higher level, that that some that is always looks that a person is able to do something easily, but yet it's so hard for you. It's, it's not that they're able to do it better than you, it's that they're comfortable in doing what they're doing. They have a deeper understanding of whatever topic you relay in. Now, the individuals that have knowledge but always want to debate, when you debate or you in the energy of debating, you're actually the loser. And the reason why you're the loser is because you feel your knowledge is absolute, that there is no higher level than the level that you have attained. And it might be a high level. Like I can't deny something that I don't know. But your level will will be seen. It will be expressed. Now, if you're on a higher level than the other individual, they will see that. But if another individual level is higher than yours, and you're not willing to perceive that there might be more than what you know, even though you know a lot, you close yourself off to being exposed to that next level. So you actually putting a block in front of yourself from evolving into that next level because you already feel that you at the pinnacle of the situation. And then one day you'll truly realize that a lot of individuals, no matter what age they are, might surpass what y'all know. And it might be shocking, it might be earth shattering. And it's getting back to what I said earlier. If you have compassion for the next individual making mistakes or being in a hard place, a low place of no understanding, and you willing to have that empathy for them, why you don't see this, to give yourself that same empathy when you at that loss, when you at that crossroads, because you can, in life you gonna meet at that crossroads millions of times, billions of times, but throughout your lifespan, and you're coming back. It depends on how far you went, but God could do all things. What sucks is, you know, we at the last part where the coming back thing and trying to right our wrongs in different bodies, and that's about to come to a close. Things are about to be final with how far our spirits are allowed to evolve throughout the many reincarnations and births within life itself, and in death back to life in other vessels to experience the new lessons or to repeat lessons that wasn't resolved in the old lifetime, no matter what body, sex, or predicament you're reiterated back into this world. And you talking, and the person that's talking to you, my education, as far as society, to when I have gotten my GED, I don't have no college credits whatsoever, at least to my knowledge. That's as high as I went. But yet, I talk with so much understanding because I do read, or I have been read all my life. I was brought up on, well, in a house of books. Wasn't brought up on reading, but I was brought up in a house of books. So, and then I was always intrigued with putting things together as a kid. When toys broke, I, I took shit apart and tried to put it back together, try to fix certain shit, try to use innovative moves to, to fix whatever situation or dilemma that I was facing with my toy or toys. You know, I've always been like that. So think back, think back to the things that you used to do, the things that you still doing, the things that could lead you somewhere in a place of bliss, and the things that you need to avoid that cause you agony, but at the same time, and I really mean this with all seriousness, the hardship, the hardship is something. If you could avoid it in all sense of peace, of having peace, avoid it. You know, if it's something that don't has to be, that's really not needed, it don't have to be picked up. So we have a choice of picking up the tools and the lessons that we pick up. So yes, I have compassion, because no matter if you pick right or wrong, it it will lead you to evolve, to evolve. But it's your choice which way you want to evolve. You want to evolve negatively, or you want to evolve positively. Food for thought, peace and clarity off of the flaming swords of divine words, divine guidance, and those who know and hate me for breaking your code of silence, for, for being one that haven't signed no contracts and bound to individuals and cults and secret societies to hold power over, for them to hold power over me, and for me to hold power over the unknown, the lost, the unawakened. I know I'm envied. I know that I'm despised, all for the same reason. But I encourage y'all. I'm showing you, you could break those contracts. Those contracts are only binding me because you allowed them to bind me. How do you break those contracts? How do you break those contracts, you guys? By facing the consequences. By being truthful to yourself and exposing yourself that you are human. that you ain't perfect, that even you can make mistakes and learn from them. I just freed millions with just that quote. I freed millions with the energy that I put in. I freed millions by changing minor things within my spirit, and also great things within my spirit, because all things could be done within. I'm still in the projects, still living with my mother, and at the age of 50, which is kind of crazy, but you know, situations are situations. They haven't been like that all the time, but you know, we starting, and with the blessing of, you know, the love of an individual, or of need for an individual to be around. You know, nobody, nobody's around for nothing. Nobody keeps you around for nothing. So just understand that. Nobody be around you for nothing. Just understand that. Something about you that they get, and vice versa. But it might not always be balanced. But once you become a master of reading energies instead of listening to people's words and they force play, they acting, you'll be the winner all the time. And people that play the game are actually playing themselves. So when you're trying to get over on somebody, even if it seems like you got your will, you got what you wanted, when the do fall and crumble, you left holding the bag, and it's nothing but receipts. Y'all want to burn receipts? You can burn receipts, but have to be authorized. And how is it authorized? By you facing, by you taking responsibility and obligation of what you put out there, what you did, and atone. Go through what you gotta go through. Like I said, I mean, now you human without beating yourself up, because the world gonna do that for you, and take it like a man or a female. You know, that it's all right. Picking up the cross that you should have been carrying anyway. And the ones that's casting stones and spitting and doing all that, just know they haven't picked up their cross. And when they do, they have to experience the energy that they put out. The same thing that you went through, that I went through, that everybody on the planet is going to experience if you're human. Is picking up that cross or not. Either way, the universe and God will make you pay. So either get it out the way, pay it until it get paid, or run, and when it's time to pay, you gotta give it all at once. And there is no questions, there is no buts, there is no way out. I hope y'all got this message. I don't even hope. I know who needs to get it gets it, and who don't, who's closed off. Y'all eventually get it later. It might have not been me you needed to hear it from, but if you ever repeat it, I guarantee you somebody else will get it. So do as you will. Do it in sarcasm. Do it in truth. Do it just to see what happens. Either way, it's your choice. And through your choices, your abundance will come. Abundance in chaos or abundance in bliss. What are you planting in your garden? What do you got in your wallet? Nah, I'm just fucking around. Yeah, have a good one. Yo, stay blessed.